What's up, everybody? It is Mars Sports. It's your boy Marshall. Today, Daniel Suarez is officially out of his ride. Well, he's still racing for the rest of the year, but today it was announced that Daniel Suarez is out of his ride for Trackhouse. So that inspired me to do some silly season predictions for 2026 NASCAR Cup Series season. Boom! All right, we're not going to go big justice mode here yet. Excuse me. We're going to AJ mode. I'm kidding. Okay, anyways, now today I'm going to make silly season predictions for the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series season. And yeah, but I figure with this announcement coming, I think I could start making predictions. Because I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I don't think much changes. I don't expect little. I expect very little change in the Cup Series field. Like like three rides to be changed. I don't know. Because let's say because there's 36 full-time drivers this year. I expect like 33-ish to come back in their same rides. But yeah, but there's that. I didn't even write a script for this video. Like by that, I didn't write like reference notes or anything like that. I'm just going off my head. But yeah. Anyways, let's freaking crack into this. We'll speed run this a little bit. Yeah. I think Rod Chastain will be back in the one next year. I think he's probably the most stable driver at the organization. Um, with Suarez being out, of course. And then Austin Cindric returns to the two. I get there's Tim Cindric stuff involved with like him being fired on, but I think Austin Cindric's a good driver. I think he'll return back to that right. He's the, I don't know. I argue honestly. I'd argue he's the best super speedway racer in the Cup Series at this point. Yeah, I think Austin Dillon will be back in the three next year. I think he'll be in there for a few more years, and then maybe Jesse Love Ross Hill takes over. I don't know. We'll see. But there's that. I think Noah Gregson's return to the four. I don't know what his contract situation is, and I will admit front rows is kind of like taking a step back this year. I imagine because of the lawsuit stuff, because 2311's kind of slowed down a little too. But this is assuming that they get to keep, assuming that the lawsuit stuff works its stuff out. Works. The lawsuit works itself out. But yeah, I think Noah Gregson back in the four next year. I could see a scenario where maybe Sam Mayer gets in that right next year, but I don't think they're gonna let go of Gregson yet. I know he hasn't been great this year, but front row as a whole has been down, I will admit. But yeah. I think Kyle Larson returns to the fives pretty much. It's really obvious. Brad Keselowski returns to the six. This next year could be his last year. You never know. We'll see. I don't know. I think Justin Haley returned to the seven. I know he's been like the weak link at Spire, but he's been through a lot. Like his whole crew changed. Rodney Childers left and all that. So just a weird situation for that seven car. We'll admit. Yeah. I think he'll keep Justin Haley. Kyle Busch returns at eight, and honestly, I think I wish didn't sign that contract and went to Trackhouse instead, but it is what it is. But Kyle Busch, this might be last year RCR next year. I don't expect him to retire for like another few years, but yeah. Um, Chase Elliott would be back in the nine next year. It's pretty obvious. I mean, just won Atlanta. Now the 10 car for College Racing. Ty Dillon's curling that car, and he's been a little better than I thought this year. I mean, he beat Denny Hamlin at the tournament because of Hamlin wrecked, but Ty Dillon, I mean, he's like your bridge driver in my opinion. He's there for like a year and then he'll go out somewhere else. Like ever since Jermaine shut down, Ty Dillon hasn't really found a home, honestly, like a stable home, like a stable ride. Like he said, although like 2021, he was with JGR part time. He was also doing the Gauntlet Brothers part time when they still existed. 2022, he was in the Petty GMS car when it was still called that at that point, and then the next year he goes to the 77 for Spire. And then the next year he goes to Rackley War, which gets kicked out of the Rodman and then towards the end of the season. And then 2025 he's in college. I do think that trend will continue. I don't think he's gonna return to that car next year. I mean he's 31st in points. And I get college like a B minus, like a B minus to your team. I mean, Eddie Jumden has actually been solid in that car. But like Todd Dillon, I just don't think he's a long-term driver in my opinion. Like I think he could do good like a good truck ride. Like he could honestly I could see him going like I don't know. Maybe go with ThorSport next year. I don't know. I don't know about ThorSport. ThorSport's been kind of off this year, but maybe we could start up the Dodge team. Something like that. We'll see. I don't know. But I don't think Todd Dillon's going to be back in the Cup Series full time next year. Who takes that ride? I think the 10's going to go to Daniel Suarez next year. I mean, he's been with Chevy since 2021, and I know he's been all over. He was a journeyman for a few years, and then he's been at this is fifth year, fifth and final year at Trackhouse. I think he will go to college. I think it's a similar. I think college's a little bit behind to compare to Trackhouse, but I think that team has a decent future ahead of them. So I think they'll go with Daniel Suarez. Get the 10 car next year. Yeah. I could see a scenario where Suarez goes back to Xfinity, but I think he's too good of a driver to go back to Xfinity at this point. He's been cut for a long time now, but I think he'll go to the 10. I'm sure. They will have the choice. I guess they'll have Jesse Love potentially as well go up there. I know that's a cut. I know that they have like Josh Williams, Daniel Nye, and Christian Eckes. I'll be real, none of them are ready to go to Cup yet. I don't even know if Josh Williams ever go to Cup full time. Who knows? But I can see a scenario where maybe Austin Hill gets in that 10 car, or there's rumors going to go to the 31 this year, well, which became the 10 um, in 2023, I believe. They went with Daniel Hemrick instead. But yeah, there's that. And I mean, they also put Jesse Love. I don't know. There's a few drivers they could put in there, but I think they're going to go with Daniel Suarez. I think he's a veteran driver. I think Colby full of veterans. Excuse me. Denny Hamlin, I think dude, I gotta give Denny Hamlin credit, man. I mean, he reminds me of Harvick, like he was really good still at his what his age is. I mean, normally drivers, like I think he's like 44. Siri, how old is Denny Hamlin? Siri, how old is Denny Hamlin? Danny Hamilton? He's 44 years old. This man is still like in comparison to other drivers at this age, like Jimmy Johnson was pretty much fell off at that point. Dale Jr. was way past his prime. Thanks. Kyle Busch, I hate to say it, but he's probably not as good as Hamlin is right now. But like Denny Hamlin, man, he's still racing really good for how old he is. That's for sure. I mean, this man, I think I think he could still win a championship. Like even though he's 44, I think he could still win a championship. He's really good, dude, especially for his age. Like normally drivers fall off at that point, but man, Denny Hamlin's not fell off. Knock on wood. I really like Denny Hamlin. I used to not like him because he won too many 500s, but that's because I cared about oh this guy won. I didn't really like appreciate stuff back in the day like that. I really like Denny Hamlin. I think he's great for the sport in my opinion. I know I get people boo him, but I like Hamlin. I pull for him a lot, especially now that Kyle's just there. Yeah, I'm a Kyle Busch fan. My since I've been watching NASCAR. Yeah, there's that. Ryan Blaney, I think, will be the 12 next year. I don't know what else to say there. This is full-time drivers only. I'll go just I'll bring some part-time drivers. I think Edge Hunter will turn back to the 16. I think Cup is where he belongs at this point. I gave he's like in his early 40s and all, but I think Honor has a few more years left in him. I think he could get a real course win or two. Maybe some oval wins. We'll see. I think he's great for college and all that. But yeah. Chris Bush should be the 17. I think he's entering his prime at this point. But yeah. I think Chase Briscoe will be back in 19. I don't expect anyone else to be in that run. Christopher Bellman to 20 next year. I mean, he's been really good. Josh Berry, to 21. He's definitely the best driver the brothers had in years. I mean, Harrison Burton was just rushed at the cup. I know he won that race at Daytona last year, but I think he was just rushed the cup at that point. Um, and then what is it? Did Benedetto? He had some good moments. Like he made the playoffs that one year, but like outside of that, I mean, he did okay. But like I think COVID hurt his development a bit there. But yeah, there's that. And then before that it was Paul Menard for a few years. He was okay in the car. I didn't even argue Barry's the best driver they've had since Blaney, but I don't know. We'll see. He's great at the ovals, that's for sure. Yeah. I mean, he won in his third or fifth race with the Wood Brothers. That's pretty epic. Yeah, there's that. I think the 22 would be Joe Logano. Joe Logano has been racing forever. Yeah, at the same time, he has like 15 years left in his career. How old is Joe Logano? Yeah, he's got like 10 years, at least 10 years left at this point. I mean, he's been racing forever. Seems like, but yeah, there's that. But Logano has races like 2009 in the Cup Series. And I think he's still got a lot left in him. It's crazy. Yeah. He could honestly, I could see Logano being like a five-time champ towards the end of his career. We'll see though. I think about lawsuit back in 23. Again, lawsuit stuff, I get it, but assuming it solves itself out. Plus, Bubba has been their driver forever. That's why I don't see him going anywhere else. William Brown, I think, will be in the 24 next year. I don't know why. I don't know why they get rid of him. I think that the 34 will be Ty Gillum next year. Again, I mean, he's been there for a few years. I mean, he's been in the front row since 2020 when he was in the Truck Series still. So, yeah, I don't see him going anywhere else at this point. And maybe they could, we'll see. Uh, Ty Gillum's a good job, right? He's been struggling this year. I think that's just a front row thing overall. Now the 35. Super disappointing this year. Like, the 35 of the full-time cars is second to last of the full-time cars in owner points. And the only car they're beating is Rick Ware. If we're talking full-time cars. Like, Riley Herbson's not a bad driver, in my opinion. I think he's a decent driver, but he's not. I don't think he's meant to. I don't think he's meant to be in that ride, honestly. Like, I don't think he's really meant to be full-time in Cup. Like, at least in that ride. I mean, maybe I get lawsuit stuff as well there. I'm not struggling, but I think there's just way better options at this point than Riley Herbst. Like Riley Herbst can make a good career in the Xfinity series, but like he reminds me of like Daniel Hemrick a little bit. Honestly, in his first year of and he reminds me of Daniel Hemrick in my opinion. Like Daniel Hemrick has been very successful, like in ways. Like yes, he only has two wins in the Nascar career, but he's a freaking Xfinity Series champion. Like game wasn't successful in Cup necessarily, but like if you're a champion in any series, that's automatic success, bro. Like Daniel Hemrick won a freaking Xfinity Series championship. I think Riley Hurst be at that same caliber. Like I could see him going to like I don't know JGR next year or the Haas Factory team if they don't want Charlotte Reed or Sam Mayer anymore for some reason, or if they want to expand. I could see Raymond the trucks. Like he could go back to like he could go to like the 11 truck or something like that. I don't know about that, but hints on what I could be saying. But I could see Riley Hurst being like a solid. Like I could see him like Riley Hurst definitely reminds me of Daniel Hemrick. He's a good driver, but I don't think he's really meant to be in the Cup Series. But yeah, there's that. But Riley Hurst. I think we'll go back to Xfinity next year. I think he's going to become a stable there at this point. But yeah. Now, who takes that ride next year for 35? I think he's been the class of the Truck Series. Like he's like you have like the Truck Series is dominated by one person. It's Corey Heim. I think he's gonna be in that 35 next year. I think he's been making part-time starts for 2011 this year. And I think he'll take his talents up to the Cup Series. I don't think he even needs to go to Xfinity at this point. He's shown flashes in Cup, and I think he's going to be in the Cup Series next year. He deserves it too. I mean, he's been in trucks feels like forever. It's only been this is his third year, but still, I mean, it's dominating that series. Like, I'm surprised he's not out of that series at that point. Like in the Chuck series, I mean, you have Corey Heim in his own tier, then you have like you have the back markers obviously, then you got like the decent drivers, all that. Like if you're going, like I think the highest level is Corey Heim, and then you have like the next tier, which is like Lane Riggs and Chandler Smith, and like some of the other drivers that are pretty good. But Corey Haim's in his own tier in these fantasy. Like, own level. Like, he is 100, 144 points. Like, he's leading by 144 points in the Chuck series. And he's led a lap in every single race this year. That's insane. And he has more wins than Matt Crafton at this point. And Matt Crafton's been in the Chuck series. He's been very successful, obviously. But Matt Crafton's been in the Truck series for like over 20 years at this point. However long they've been there. Yeah, I think Corey Heim will be in the 35 next year. Herbst, I could see him going to Xfinity and one of the best rides in the Xfinity series. I think he might be maybe back in the Haas factory team and Sheldon Creek go so like the JR Motorsports like that, hinting at a later prediction. But I could see him going to Haas factory considering offering him a ride at first, and Yeah, I think he'll take it at that point. But yeah, there's that. Depending if they want to expand or not. Oh my God. Dude, I'm looking at the points for Cup. Hendrick is one, two, three. Like it's Byron, Elliott, and Larson as the top three drivers in points, and Bowman's in 12th, but still, man, that is impressive. But, but I think Corey Heim takes a 35 next year. He deserves it more than Riley Herbst at this point. With all due respect, to Riley Herbst, I think he could be, like I said, I think he can make a really good in Xfinity series. But yeah, there's that. I will say COVID did. I will say COVID for sure for sure hurt Riley Herbst's development. So there's that point to consider as well. Yeah, there's that. And then he also went to SHO in their final years. Yeah. And now he's at 22-11 where they're going through a lawsuit, which I think he should be performing better than he is, but still, what do I know? I know he's ran into bad luck, obviously. Like at Atlanta, he got wrecked, but still. Yeah. I like Riley Herbst. I think he can make a good Xfinity career, truck career. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. I'm sorry, I put way too long on Riley Herbst, but yeah. 38th, I think Zane Smith will return. I'd say he's been the best driver at front row this year. I mean, he is, I don't know where he is in points, like 25th? 25th, didn't even look. Like he's 25th in points. That's not great. That's not that good. Not great, but like I mean he almost won Atlanta. He's ahead of both his other teammates. I mean Gillen's 38th, to be 28th in points, and Gregson's 33rd. Good Lord. Yeah, there's that. Now the 41, I think Cole Custer returns that car. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Haas factory sucks, dude. Like Cole Custer's just been put in the most crappy cup rides, dude. Well, I don't know about that, but like the Haas think has potential. Like they're good like some certain tracks like super speedways. But outside of that, Haas has just been there this year. Like they haven't done anything. Honestly. Like I get no more Tony Stewart probably hurts a bit. It reminds me of when Haas was like first started out and like they had no one to back him up. But like Paul Custer's a really good driver. Trust me. I mean, he's 34th in points, and he's like third to last of the full-time drivers. I mean, he's had a rather Herbst or Cody Ware, but like, man, that team was just a backmarker team at that point. I'll be honest with you. It's not the same Haas team um that featured Kevin Harvick, Eric Almirola, Clint Boyer, and Kurt Busch a few years ago. It's not the same. And I think Cole Custer, I mean, he won that race at Kentucky a few years ago. But after that, and that was his rookie year. To be fair, and he Kentucky won up race that year was pretty epic. But like the year after that, Stuart Haas started to fall off, and Cole Custer was just on the roller coaster. He got front row seat. I mean, he did great in the Xfinity Series. And he won a freaking championship. But like, but Cole Custer, man, I think I know they're aligned with RFK. I don't know how deep their alliance is though, but I don't. I hate to say it, I don't know if Haas has a long-term future in the Cup Series anymore, but we'll see. Actually, I don't know. I think they got a few more years left in them, but man, it's been a struggle. Like honestly, I think like I said a few months like last year in my when it talk about SHR right now, I said Haas should just merge with at front row. It could have helped both of them, but I mean they could still got involved in the lawsuit. I mean they were involved either way with the charter purchases, but yeah, there's that. But Cole Custer, he's a great driver, don't get me wrong. It's just he's been put in tough situations, but I think he'll return one more year. I think he's just got that family ties and all that with Joe Custer. And I'm nothing against Haas. I'm rooting for them to be successful. It's just they've just been there this year. They've not been very good. I'm just saying. Yeah. Um. Now moving on. Johnny Nemechek maybe in the 42. I think we'll be in the 42 next year. I mean, it's just been. I mean, for Nemechek, he's been like sneakily good. Like he's had some good runs this season. I mean, I know he's 23rd in points, but like. He's had some. He's been better than last year, in my opinion. Like he's had some good runs this year. That's for sure. I mean, he's 82 out the cut line, so still some time to make it up. But like, I mean, Probably have to win the race, but still, legacy's for sure improved as a whole this year. Seeing, I think Jones will return to 43. He's only 49 points outside the playoffs, so there's that. Excuse me. I think Tyler Reddick will be in the 45 next year. Um, he's been the best driver 2011 at this point. But yeah, but I know he hasn't won a race yet this year, but lawsuit. That's all I can say. 47, I think Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will return. I had a feeling Hayek would go away. Like, I feel like they would shut down because JTT was already considering shutting down when they were still thing. And now it's just Hayek was like they might shut down like his sponsorship. But I think they got featured. I think they got. I think they'll stay in the Cup Series. I think they'll stay. I think Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is a good driver, and I think he's been good in that car. He's been good in that car this year. I think he was in the playoffs at one point. I mean, this year, but I mean, it just fall off a bit, but still, like. The last few races, like that's a bad luck hit his way. But I mean, he almost won freaking Atlanta, so you never know. Or sorry, Echo Park. Yeah. And 48, I think Alex Bowman will stay in there. Oh, my dad just texted me. Daniel Suarez will return to track house in 2026. Yeah, Alex Bowman, he's been good. I know he's been like the fourth car Hendrick, but still, he's been a great fourth car, I would say, that's for sure. And then I think Cuddy Ware will be back in the 51. I just don't know who else they go with if he's not suspended anymore. And like Rick Ware owns the team. As long as Rick Ware owns the team, he'll be there. I know they got bought, but he's still involved. I think Cody Ware will still be there. But yeah. I know they sold the team partially. But yeah. 54, I think, will be Ty Gibbs. I know he's been struggling a bit this season, but I think he's going to return. I think the 60 will be Ryan Priest. I think they have one more year on their lease for the charter. And Ryan Priest actually been pretty good this year. I'd say of all the drivers that left Stewart Haas, I'd say Barry's been the best. Then Briscoe and second, but Ryan Priest is third. Well, those were I'd say those drivers have been doing good. Besides Gregson, Gregson's just been there this year at this point. But there's that. Sorry, I have a tick. Yeah, and then for the 71, I think Michael McDowell's gonna be back in that car. He's a good in that car this year, and I think he could make the playoff. Where's he in points? He's 23rd in the playoff standings, be it. And then I think Carson Husfar returns in 77. He's been so good in that car this year. I mean, he'd be higher in points if bad luck didn't hit him every few seconds, but man, Husfar has been the best driver Spire's ever had. Well, I guess Haley won a race, but still. Like consistently. I think him and Mike Dowell have been the best. And Haley's had his moments too, but yeah. And then I think the 88 once again will be Shane Van Gisbergen. I think he's got I think he's got a good amount of time left in the Cup Series. I mean, he's great in the road courses, but I know he's not great in the ovals, but still. I think he's got a solid future there. And then the last but not least, the one we've been waiting to talk about the whole video, the 99. I'll be honest with you, I don't really know who else they go with. I like to go with Austin Hill or Jesse Love, honestly. But I think they're going to go with Connor Zilisch, who I think is a great option. I mean, my only issue with this is he's been in Xfinity for 1 year. I mean, he's been good, obviously. He's been very good, but I don't know. But I think Connors, he's a great driver. Don't get me wrong. I'm afraid he might be going in too early to the Cup Series, but I think Connor Zilisch. I mean, he's been making some starts with Trackhouse this year, and he's had some good moments. Like he did good at Atlanta, and all that. And I think he will be in that 99 next year. I think he's a great driver. He's got so much potential. I think he'll turn out to be really good long term. Short term, I don't know, but long term, I think he'll be really good, especially on the road courses. But yeah, I think Connor's will be in the 99 next year. Part time, I expect Beard to be like, expect Beard to have Jesse Love and Austin Hill. RCR might do the same thing there too. Um, Jimmy Johnson run a few races in '84. JR, I think will make more starts next year. Route 91 will probably have like, I don't know who they have next year. Maybe Helio again. I don't know. We'll see. And those are my silly season predictions for next year for Cup. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. What are your predictions? See you on the next. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a nice day. Goodbye. See you next one. Peace.